of the United States of America and to the republic
for
for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
with
liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. We'll now provide an opportunity for oral communication from the public on any matter that is not on the agenda. Deb, can you read the instructions for that, please?
For those attending the meeting on the Zoom video conference, we will use the raise hand feature in order to organize any public comments during the general public comment period. And for each item on the regular agenda, I will ask those members of the public who wish to comment to click the raise hand feature to raise your hand to speak on that agenda item. For those joining by phone, please press *9 to indicate your desire to speak. Please note that members of the public must wait for my prompt connection with each agenda item before using the raise hand function. For example, you cannot raise your hand at the beginning of a meeting for an agenda item that is later in the meeting. When you hear your name called, I will prompt you to unmute your account and inform you that you may begin speaking.
Thanks very much, Deb. Do we have any speakers from the public who have raised their hands and want to speak?
No.
Okay, thanks very much. So we'll move on to the consent agenda. We have 2 items on the consent agenda today, including the first one, which is a proposal by Rustic Enterprises and Thomas Mahone with applicant Corey Edwards, file number PLN 2021-00359, located at 2nd Street and Farallon Avenues in Farallon Avenue in Montera. And it's a consideration of a coastal development permit and certificate of compliance type B to legalize 4 lots of record as a single 10,000 square foot parcel. And the second consent item is a proposal by 3130 Alpine LLC and Sam Synott, and it's PLN 2021-00358, located at 3130 Alpine Road, Suite 200. And it's consideration of a use permit for the establishment of a medical clinic within an existing office space. Is there anyone who wishes to request that a consent item be removed from the consent agenda and reviewed in a public hearing? Hearing no requests, I will approve the consent items pursuant to the findings and subject to the conditions of approval in the staff report. And as you heard us discussing, the appeal of items approved or denied on consent can be appealed to the Planning Commission in writing within 10 business days. And that date is December 31st. And that would require, in addition to an application, a $616.35 appeal fee. So we'll move on now to the regular agenda. And we have 1 item on today's agenda. And it is proposal by Romeo Packing Company on, the applicant is On Air LLC, represented by Christopher Fowler, PLN number 2006-00182, and it's consideration of a use permit to renewal to allow continued operation of an existing wireless telecommunications facility by Verizon Wireless. And Mr. Schaller, can you please present this? Or is it, if I got that right? No, it's Glenn. Glenn Gia, can you please present this? Is Glenn with us?
Hi, can you hear me? This is Glenn. Hello? Hello?
Glenn, we can hear you. You can
Okay.
go ahead and present.
Yeah, I was able to unmute myself a moment ago. So so now I will share my screen. Okay, good morning, Zoning Hearing Officer Leclerc. My name is Glenn Jia, Planner 3 with the Department of Planning and Building. The item before the Zoning Hearing Officer is item 4, which is for the consideration of a use permit renewal application for the continued operation of the Verizon telecommunication facility. As shown on the aerial map, the subject parcel is located at 106 Princeton Avenue in the unincorporated Princeton by the Sea community. The property is zoned for waterfront, design review, and coastal development. The parcel size is 3,500 square feet, and the surrounding area consists of mostly industrial developments. This use permit renewal application involves no physical modifications or changes to the existing telecommunication facility. A separate building permit was issued recently to allow minor modifications. The modifications are considered minor in accordance with the federal preemption, which allows such minor modification to be subject to building permits only. This slide provides an overview of the existing facility, including a permitted 50 feet monopole, 8 antennas mounted on the top of the monopole, and other related equipment. This slide lists existing ground equipment, including a backup generator and a equipment storage room located near the monopole. This is a Google Street View. It shows the existing telecommunications facility and its ancillary equipment viewing from Princeton Avenue. Planning staff has reviewed the application and concluded that the proposal is in compliance with the general plan, zoning ordinance, local coastal policies, wireless telecommunications facilities ordinance, use permit findings, and conditions of previous land use approvals. As to environmental reviews, staff concludes that the application is categorically exempt pursuant to Section 15301, Class 1 of the California Environmental Quality Act, as no physical changes or expansion of use are proposed. Staff recommends that the zoning hearing officer approve the use permit renewal county file number PLN 2006-00182 by making the required findings and adopting the conditions approval listed in attachment A of the staff report. Please note that staff will update the expiration date of the permit prior to the approval issuance in attachment A so that the expiration date is 10 years from the approval date. This concludes staff's presentation. I'm available for any questions that you may have. Thank you.
Thank you, Glenn. First, I have one question, which is I mispronounced your last name when I introduced you. So if you could straighten me out on how to pronounce your last name.
Yeah, my last name is Jia.
Ja, thank you very much. Apologize for the mispronunciation.
No worries.
And we have not received any correspondence, or I've not received any correspondence on this item. And I assume you have not either, Glenn?
No, I haven't received any comments from the public.
Very good. So I'd like to open the public hearing. Deb and Janeth or Melissa can call on any raised hands that may want to comment on this item. Is there anyone from the public who would like to offer a comment? Hearing none, we'll close the public hearing. And I want to ask the applicant if they have read and understand the findings and conditions of approval in the staff report. They may need to be unmuted to be able to respond.
Joe, I believe that Chris Fowler is identified as the applicant, but I am not seeing him in the meeting.
I see. So we have no representative from the applicant here at the meeting.
That is my understanding.
Okay. Well, I guess it's not required that they attend. And well, I guess their absence indicates that they understand the findings and conditions of approval. But with that, I'm ready to approve this, subject to pursuant to the findings and subject to the conditions of approval in the staff report. And the public or the applicant can appeal this decision within 10 business days, which in this case is December 31st, and would require, in addition to an application, submittal of a $616.35 appeal fee. So with that, we have concluded our agenda items, and I'm going to adjourn the meeting. Thank you all for your assistance and attendance, and our next meeting will be in January, and we'll publish an agenda for that meeting at that time. Thank you all.